So today we'll say about the vector spaces. Okay, the vector spaces chapter. So before we go into vector spaces, first we need to see what we mean by vector. Okay, so vector is nothing but which consists of the direction and the length, or we can call as the magnitude. So as we say here, so here you can see in this diagram. So here, so this is a vector. Okay, this is vector and this is vector, so which is having the direction and the length. Okay, this length, or we can call as the magnitude, so which represents the vector here. Okay, so now the vector, how we can represent. Okay, so if this is a plane, so this we call as x and y, so this we call as a plane. So in this plane we are representing the vectors here. Okay, so that the direction and the magnitude. Okay, how we can represent mathematically? So mathematically means how we can write. So we can write the v. Okay, v cap means this is the direction. So uh, so here the vector can be, okay, the vector, so it can represent, for example, v. So v is a vector here and x and y are the coordinates, or we can call as the values. Okay, so here the 3 and 1, so either we can represent in horizontal or we can represent in the vertical here. Okay, so 3, so as we represent in the plane, so here the x is 3 and y is 1, so this is what we call as the vector here, v vector. And if you take the u vector, okay, if you take the u vector, you can see the -2 in the x. Okay, so this is the -2 and 3 with respect to y. Okay, so this point we call as the u vector. So how we can represent the geometrically. Okay, so this is what you mean by the vectors. The vector is the one which have the direction, magnitude, which we can represent in the plane. Okay, so like this. Okay, the same thing, if there is a vector, then we can find out the length of the vector. Okay, the length of the vector we can find out by, okay, means the reference you can take as a Pythagoras theorem. So basically the what are the elements are there. Okay, so these elements either we can call as x, y, or we can call as v1, v2, like that, or we can call as u1, u2, so anything we can call. So whatever the elements are there, so the square root of that, the squares of the elements in the square root, means if this is a vector, then we can represent the magnitude as, or length as, like this, the symbol, and it can be means they can be calculated as, for example, the v1 square and v2 square if there are two elements are there. Okay, this is how we can calculate the length of the vector. Similarly, the addition also, if there are two vectors, okay, then v plus u you can write as, means individual element, 3 plus 1 4 and 2 plus 4 6. Okay, 4 and 6 are the addition of the two vectors. The similarly the multiplication by scalar. Okay, scalar means any integers. Okay, so here 2 is multiplied, the vector is 1 and 2, the 2 is multiplied here, so then it will be 2 and 4. Okay, so this is the resultant, the matrix. So if we multiply, then, okay, if it is a positive scalar, then it is extension of the vector in the same line. If it is negative scalar, then it is in the reverse direction. Okay, so this is with respect to multiplication. If it is addition, so we can v and u, and the addition will be v and u, the addition will be like this. Okay, so this is with respect to what do you mean by the vectors. Okay, so the next one, then after knowing the vectors, then what is a vector space? Okay, so as we see here, the vector space is a non-empty set of objects. Okay, is a non-empty means there will be no zero. Okay, non-empty means at least one object element should be there, and set of v objects. So objects in the sense what we are calling as v1, v2, so like this we are, so that we can call as a objects. Okay, is a non-empty, a set of objects called as a vectors, on which the two operations. Okay, the basically two operations that we already have seen, the addition and the multiplication. Okay, if there is a addition of the vectors and multiplication the vector by scalar, okay, subject to means the real numbers, whatever these addition and multiplication, these operations subject to the 10 axioms, means rules, we can say 10 axioms. If performing after those two operations, if it satisfied these 10 axioms, then we call as a the vector space. Okay, those axioms we are seeing here. Okay, so this whatever the 10 points what we are seeing, those are the axioms or the rules. Okay, the sum of u and v, that is u plus v, okay, if it is in the vector space, okay, the whatever the result is there, so that is also in the vector space, should be in the vector space, that we call as a closure property. Okay, it is the vector is closed under addition. Okay, similarly the next one we have u plus v into is equal to u plus v, that we call as commutative. And similarly we have associative, that is u plus v bracket plus w, u plus in the bracket u plus w. Similarly addition with 0, okay, that we call as a identity element, that is u plus 0 is equal to u only. And okay, these whatever these first 5 are there, okay, the first 5 is with respect to addition. Okay, the first 5 with respect to addition, okay, the addition operation. The next 5, okay, with respect to the what is that, the multiplication. Okay, so here you can see the multiplication by c, that is scalar, that is if the u is a vector multiplied by c, then it should be cu should be in the vector space. Okay, then so actually this should come in the addition. So plus means the addition of the vector and inverse of that it lead to the 0 vector. And then multiplication with two vectors c into, so c is a scalar here, u plus v is equal to cu, it is individual c into u plus c into v. Then c plus d into u is equal to cu plus du, then c of du is equal to cd into u, and 1 into u is equal to u. So these are the 10 axioms are there. So if the vector satisfies all these 10 the axioms, then we call as a the vector space. Okay, so proof of this already we have seen. Okay, this is a vector space. And as I told, the vector is nothing but, means we can represent, so vector is nothing but the direction and the magnitude, the same thing we have given here. If v is like this, then 3v will be the 3v, okay, it will be like this. And if it is a minus v, then it will be like this. Okay, so here geometrically the addition how we can represent, if it is u and this is u v, then u plus v will be like this. Okay, so what we are representing here, this is u, v and u plus v. Okay, if this is u plus v, then v plus u will be represent like this. Similarly it is the three elements u, v and w. Okay, if it is like this, the addition of u plus v, u, v, w will be u plus v plus w. It is like this. Okay, so this is the representation of the vectors in the geometric form. Then after knowing the vector space, then what is a subspace? Okay, so the vector space, subspace is nothing but the subset. Okay, it is a subset of the vectors in vector space if it satisfies the minimum 3 the axioms here. Okay, the vector space means we are need to say that the 10 axioms it needs to prove, but we call as a subset of vectors, we call as subspace. Then it must be prove, means it should have the property, the 3 properties. So one is we can say here the subspace of a vector space, okay, is a subset h of v has 3 properties. The first one, 0 vector of v is in h square, so h is nothing but a subset here, or we can call as the subspace. Okay, so here, so h should have the 0 vector. okay, and it should closed under vector addition, means the u plus u plus v means the two vector addition should be in the H only. Okay, these are the two rules, and the third one is the scalar multiplication. Okay, the third one, the scalar multiplication, that is CV should be in the H. Okay, so these three, so one is zero vector and other is addition and the third one is multiplication with scalar. Okay, if these three axioms are satisfied, then we can call as a subspace of, means there is a subspace of the vector space. Okay, so here, okay, just he has given one example. If H is consist of three factors like S, T and 0. Okay, so as straight away what he is telling that the zero vector is in H. Okay, and S and T are closed under addition and multiplication. If it is closed under addition and scalar multiplication, then we call as a H is a space of R3. So R3 is, so what it is here, so we will write R means real number. Okay, then 3 is the number of elements. So as S, T and 0, 3 elements are there, then it is R3 here. Okay, so this is with respect to the subspace. So the next one, the same here, means here, so which cannot be a subspace. Okay, so which one we tell that it is not a subspace. Okay, so here you can see here the line. Okay, there is a plane here with x1 and x2. Okay, this should be x2 actually. Okay, if this is x2 and this is x1, there are two plane. Okay, then if there is a line, okay, so what we are seeing the line here, so this line is not through the origin. Okay, the line is not through the origin, then we can call as the line is not a subspace here. Okay, the line is not a subspace because it is not through the origin. So as we say here, the line in R2 means there are two elements x1 and x2. A line in R2 is not through the origin, so it is not subspace of the R3. Okay, so here okay, there is one more example. So this example they have taken, so v1 and v2 in a vector space V, the span v1 v2 means span is nothing but the subset. Okay, the subset, it is consist of v1 and v2. Okay, so here, so as we can see the point here, the zero vector. Okay, we can see the zero vector here. Okay, this is what the subspace, what it is indicated in the dotted lines. Okay, so that is touching the zero point here, so this is zero vector. So then zero vector is in H because at this point 0 into v1 plus 0 into v2. Okay, the coordinates are means 0 0, so 0 into v1 plus 0 into v2, so the 0 result is, so it is a means one of the properties proved here. And the next one, if we consider the two vectors u and w. Okay, the u and w is a vector, elements are v1 and v2, elements v1 and v2, vectors u and v, and s1, s2 and t1 t2 we call as a scalars. So if we perform addition, u plus w, then it will be s1 v1 plus s2 v2 plus t1 v1 plus t2 v2. Okay, then you take v1 as a common here, then it will be remain with s1 t1 into v1 and s2 v2 s2 plus t2 into v2. Okay, so if it is like this, then it is similarly like, okay, this is a scalar s1 plus t1. Okay, so this, it is nothing but if you take one scalar as c, so c v1 plus c v2 or c1 v1 plus c2 v2, so this will be under the same plane. Okay, so this we call as a subspace. So vector addition is a subspace of the, means vector addition is a closed under subspace. Similarly, if you take the c as a scalar, then the multiplication, okay, we can take as whether c is the scalar here, c into s1 v1 plus s2 v2. Okay, there are two vectors here, so then c s1 into v1 and c s2 into v2, so which is also the closed under the multiplication. So the H is a subspace because the addition also it is in the vector space. So this we call as the subspace. Okay, so here just we are saying means the application of what is this vector space. Okay, the vectors, okay, is the application is to solve this, we can see in the further. Okay, to solve the linear equation. Okay, what is the linear equation? So which we can represent with ax1 ax2 plus, so like that an xn is equal to b. So in this, so b is a, okay, so b and, okay, where b and the coefficients b and the coefficients a1 to an are the real numbers. Okay, so these are the real numbers, and x1 to x1 are the variables here. Okay, so this is variables and a1 are the coefficients. Okay, so if there is a line, then we can represent like this, that is x1 minus 2x2 is equal to minus 1. Okay, so this we will not go into detail. So only thing what we are concentrating here, if there are two lines, okay, crossing at the point. Okay, if there are two lines crossing at the point, this have the exact solution. If there are two linear equations, then there is a solution, exact solution. Okay, if there is the two lines the parallel, if there are two linear equations are parallel, okay, then there is no solution. Suppose if the two lines are coinciding in the same line, okay, they are merging in the same line, then we have the infinite solutions. Okay, only to show that why we are draw here. Okay, further to solve the linear equation, if the line is like this, one solution. If the lines are like this, no solution. If the line is like this, then there is a infinite solution. Okay, so this is with respect to just the linear equation. Okay, then again it is what you have seen is vector space. So once again just it is revise here. So vector space, as we have seen, it is a set of objects, non-empty, the set of objects which undergo the two operations, vector addition and the multiplication. So as I said earlier, the first 5 with respect to addition, the second 5 with respect to the multiplication. If the vector space, okay, which consists of the vectors, if satisfies all these 10 axioms, then we call as a, that space we call as a vector space. Okay, similarly also we have seen, if it satisfies the 3 properties, then we call as a subspace. Okay, so now we will see so some examples of vector space, so how it looks like and how the examples for the vector space, in which form it will be there. Okay, if there are u and v are the vectors, then we can represent those vectors as, if u, so u is nothing but, okay, then it is u1 u2, so like that u1 u2 up to un, so it will go on. Okay, if there is a v vector, then it is v1 v2, so like that v1. So if there is u vector, we will represent like this. If there is v vector, we will, there are n number of elements it can be there. Then the addition of u plus v, okay, that is nothing but u1 comma u2, like that un plus v1 v2 vn. The result will be un plus v1 comma u2 plus v2, so like that u1 plus vn. Okay, this is with respect to addition. If you take the multiplication, k is, so in some places we have taken c, some places we have taken s, so anything we can take. So here we have taken as scalar as k. So k into u vector is equal to, that is k un comma k u2, so like that into k un. Okay, so here as I said, r is the real numbers, n represents the number of elements in the vectors. Okay, the next, the vector space. So as we see, the vector space, it can be like this, u1 u2 v3 in the row, the elements like that. Okay, and okay, it can be like this. And if it is, for example, okay, it can be in terms of the vector space, it can be represent in terms of the matrices. Okay, if there is a matrix that is m cross n, then this is u vector and this is v vector, means there are two vectors here. Okay, the addition of this, okay, if the addition of two vectors, we can represent u11 plus, means the addition of this element to this element, okay, then addition of this element to this element, then addition of this, okay, then addition of this, okay. This is we call as a the addition of the vectors, okay. Means we are representing vectors in the form of matrices. Similarly, the vectors we are representing in matrix and multiplied by the scalar, that we can give like this. Each element, that is k into un, u11, k into u12, k into 21, k into 22, okay. Similarly, we can represent the vectors in the polynomial, okay, equations. If there are two polynomials like p of g, p of x and g of x, okay, if these are the polynomial equations, then the addition of this we can give as a naught, a1x, a2x, so like that. This is the first p of x and this is g of x. The addition of this will be a naught plus b naught plus a1 b1 x, a2 b2 x square, and so like that an plus bn xn. And similarly, the multiplication k into a naught, k into a1x. So we have taken only one vector here, means k into p of x. Similarly, you can go for p into g of x, okay. So this is the vector space in terms of matrix, vector space in terms of polynomials, okay. Similarly, we can represent the vector space, the continuous function, okay. If there is a function like f g, okay, f plus g of x we can give as f of x plus g of x. And if there is a function called f of x, then k is a scalar, then k into f of x, okay. Similarly, the function here, similarly the same thing, okay. Suppose here the function is like this, means a cos theta plus b sin theta, in which a and b are the belongs to the real numbers, a and b, the coefficients are belongs to real numbers. Then so that we can represent like, you can see here, if there are two vectors representing like a cos theta plus b sin theta, means two functions we are representing like this, then addition of that will be a1 plus a2 cos theta and b1 plus b2 sin theta. If there is a multiplication, the scalar we have taken as r here, then r into a cos theta and plus r into b sin theta, okay. Similarly, if there is a function like with the differentiation, that d square f by dx square plus f, if the function is like this, then we can represent these two, vector addition and scalar multiplication, as, so we know that f plus g is a function. If there is a f plus g, we can represent in this form, means d square f plus f, means in this form, plus g, means we are making f plus g in a separate, making as a separate like u plus v, okay. So d square g divided by dx square plus g is equal to 0. Similarly, the vector multiplication, if there is a rf, then r is a scalar separately, then d square f by dx square plus f, okay. So this is how we can represent the different forms, means the vector space we can represent, the vectors we can represent in a different forms. And similarly, the function is like two numbers, so xy means here n is 2, okay. There are two numbers, the vectors x comma y, xy belongs to the real numbers, okay. If that is the case, then u is vector, v is vector, w is vector, three vectors, the elements, so this is we call as I told n, okay. Each vector need to contain the two elements, okay. Either you can take x1 x2 or you can take u1 u2, v1 v2, w1 w, anything we can take. Here we have taken as x y z, okay. If it is like this, then we can, the addition of that, okay, the addition of that we can take as u plus v, that is nothing but u means x1 x2 and v means y1 y2. The addition of that will be x1 plus y1 comma x1 plus x2 plus y2, so which is belong to the real, okay. So this is closed under vector addition. Similarly, the commutative, one more property, okay. So that is u plus v is equal to v plus u, okay. That is, I mean, x1 x2 plus y1 y2. So this is like this, and addition of this will be like this. So like this we can prove all the 10 axioms for the whatever the vectors it is seen, okay. So similarly, here we have taken one more example. So the vector space, the set vector space, it is in the vector form x00y, where x and y belongs to the real numbers. Okay, similarly, so as I told, these are the numbers. Okay, here you have taken as a vector actually. Okay, a is a vector, b is a vector, and c is a vector. So a vector in the form like this, whatever the function means, the elements we have taken. So b is vector and c is vector. Okay, then we need to see the addition of those things. So if you take addition of a plus b, then it will be x1 0 0 y, this vector plus this vector, then the resultant will be x1 x2 0 0 0 y1 y2, which is again belong to the vector space. Okay, again, if this is a scalar, if you multiply, so for scalar you can take any one vector among these things. So c1 x1 0 0 y1, so this is belongs to the vector space, then we can call as the set V is a vector space. Okay, so here the next one. Okay, similarly, you can take the operation like, there is one more property, that is a plus minus a is equal to 0. Okay, the fifth law in the axioms, fifth axiom. So we have taken two vectors. Okay, means the same vector, if this is positive here, this is negative, the addition should be 0 vector. So we can see here x1 minus 1 means addition of that x1 minus x1 and y1 minus y1. So this will be result in the 0 vector. Again, this is satisfying the vector space law. Okay, next some examples, we need to verify whether is it a vector space. Okay, if you take the numbers, means the what is the statement here, all integers is not a vector space, all integers is not a vector space. If you take 1 is an integer, so it is a vector we can represent. If 1 by 2 is a real number, okay, so it is not an integer, so in that case 1 by 2 is not belong to V. Why it is not belong to V? So V is consist of only the integers he has taken here. Okay, so all integers is not a vector space. Here the 1 by 2 is a real, so because of that it is not an integer or not a vector space. So similarly, here you have taken c is a function, means here there is a function c into u1 comma u2. If it is there, then the output is cu1 comma 0, cu1 comma 0, or you can take cu comma 0. So here u1 u2, if you take as value as 1 1, if you take c as a 1, then 1 into in the bracket 1 1, it will result in 1 1. So 1 into 1 comma 1 into 1, but the function should show as a 1 0. So because of this is not the vector space, because according to your function it should come like this, but if you put the values, it is coming as 1 0, sorry, it is coming as 1 1, which is not matching with 1 0, so it is not the vector space. Okay, so these are some of the examples which are not the vector space. And similarly, so the same examples we can take here. So if xy belong to, means if it should be greater than or equal to 0, x and y value. If you take 1 1 as a value, okay, if you perform the negative negative inverse, that is minus x comma y, xy is 1 1, so this will result minus 1 minus 1. But okay, here condition is it should be greater than 0, so this will not satisfy the condition, so because of that it is not the vector space. Okay, so this is one thing. And similarly here, if you take the function x1 comma x2 plus y1 comma y2, if the function is like this, output should be x1 plus y2 and x2 plus y1. Okay, so here the same vector we are representing vertically here, x1 x2 y1 y2. If you do the addition, then it is x1 plus, we can see here, so according to this law. Okay, so here according to this law, if addition of this, it is x1 y2 and x2 y1, plus if you do the same condition, means same condition, if you apply reverse like y plus x, then it will be, if you apply here, you can see here x1 y2 means it is addition of this x1 y2 and x2 y1, it is like this. If you the same thing apply here, it will be y1 x2 and y2 x1, so which is not equal to x plus y, so it is not the vector space. So here the whatever the conditions are given, so that whether is it matching to our axioms, so that we need to check here. So if we apply this condition on vectors and this is not satisfying the axioms, so because of that the vector space is this, so this is not the vector space. Okay, so here, so basically what we have seen in this session here, so what is vectors, okay, so what do you mean by, so what do you mean by vector and how we can represent, and what do you mean by vector space, okay, so which is consist of objects, the non-empty like v1 v2, and it should undergo the two operations addition and multiplications, and it should satisfy all these axioms. Okay, then how we can represent the geometrically, and this is subspace, means it is basically the subset of vector space, minimum the three axioms it needs to prove, it needs to satisfy. Okay, then means how we can represent the vector spaces. Okay, it can be represent like here u1 u2, and it can be represent in vectors, sorry, matrices, the polynomials and continuous functions. Okay, and we have verified whether the given space, vector space, is it not, whether the given set is it a vector space or not. Okay, so all these things we have seen. So in the next session we'll see the problems on the vector spaces.